Love and greetings to you. If you're here for the very first time to our Marriage Foundation channel, then a special welcome to you. This is where you come for the right information. You go to our website, you watch our YouTube videos. We get emails all the time, and you could see in the comment section where people just watch them endlessly because it's the real deal, and you can't get that anywhere else. Sure, there are people who disagree with what we say, but they're wrong. I'm telling you the truth. This is not a matter of opinion. This is scientific stuff. This is the real deal. And this is the topic that we're working on now. These are 3 qualities you need before marriage. Now, when I say you need them, why do I use the word need? Well, I use the word need because whatever you want to accomplish requires certain ingredients, and those are ingredients that you need. They don't just help. It would be like making cookies. Well, you need flour. Unless you're making macaroons, then you need coconut. These are needs. They're real. This is not speculative. This is not opinion. This is what you need. So, number 1, and boy, you're going to agree with this right off the bat. You need understanding and patience. You know, we get married with expectations that we're going to be treated in a special way. Isn't it true? You know, we go to the altar and we get married and we give our vows. I'm going to love you forever. No one is going to ever come close to me in showing you love and appreciation, and God, you're going to be so happy with me. And after a few months, things start going downhill because what happens is we start getting used to each other. We start taking each other for granted. In fact, I label this in my books as, and also in the courses that we have for marriages, I label this as the first killer of marriage, overfamiliarity. And yet, overfamiliarity is all over the place because we never learn about marriage. Where did you learn about marriage? The truth is we learn about marriage from watching movies, really. So we're learning how to be married from screenwriters communicating through actors. Well, I'm telling you, my practice was in San Diego, California, and I had screenwriters and actors and actresses drive down from Hollywood to see me because the word got out that I could actually help them. And I did. And I'm telling you, what you need in your marriage, instead of overfamiliarity, is patience and understanding. The patience isn't just with your spouse. It's with yourself. There's 2 really powerful, I'll call them reasons for being married. One is dual, happiness and love. That's why we get married. And 2 is because we need training. You see, all of us are on a spiritual path. We may not call it that. Evolution, not Darwinism evolution, but evolution is a reality in creation. But what it really means is to move step by step towards our potential. And our potential is divine. And what is the ultimate divine is love. So we are evolving towards love and joy. And if you think about it, what stands in the way is the mind. You see, your soul. You're a soul. You have a mind. You're not a person who has a soul. I remember we used to have that discussion when we were kids. You know, where is your soul? You're the soul. You have a mind and you have a body, but God created you in His image. You're the soul. But we have to know that. We have to realize that. And then we realize ultimate love and ultimate joy. God created us that way. What gets in the way is the mind. The mind is just loaded with detrimental habits. Habits of thought, habits of reactions. We have to learn to master that mind. We do. And so understanding that that which is coming to us is our lesson. Oh, that really pisses me off. Well, it doesn't piss you off. It scares the mind, or it's telling the mind, which sets up the filters, that you don't want that. You may not have a problem with it if you really thought about it, but the mind is telling you you do have a problem with it. And so you have this reaction. So you have to patiently learn how and master the mind so it doesn't get in the way of your innate joy being in your marriage as the main ingredient. You see, you need understanding. You need patience. These are important qualities, or you're never going to make it. Yeah, sure, people will say, oh yeah, I have to be patient with my wife. I have to be patient with my husband. They are dumb. No, they're not. Your mind is what judges them. Of course, you have to show patience and understanding, but mostly with yourself. You have to understand it's not your job to correct your spouse. It's not your job to think in terms of them being right or wrong. They have free will just like you have. It's your job to love them with all your heart, mind, and soul, just as we're instructed to love God. No different. The instruction is no different. Okay, number 2. You need this. Remember, this is all about needs. You need the ability to introspect. You know what that means? That means to look at who you are behaving as. Look at what your mind is suggesting and correct it. Introspection is looking within, looking at your reactions, your attitudes, your demeanor, and getting them in line with marriage life, which marriage life is supposed to be all joy and love, and that's it. Everything else is glomping on, trying to ruin your day. Love and joy. Love and joy. That's marriage. Introspection gives you the ability to realign your thinking with those highest principles of marriage. You need it. You need to be introspective. Why did I act that way? Why did I snap at him? Why did I criticize her? Why am I feeling this way? And you don't go into the Western psychology method of, well, when I was a little kid, such and such happened. No. Why? Because my mind is in control of us, me, and I need to change that. You should subscribe to this channel. You're going to learn a lot about marriage, but there's more to it than just these videos. I have books. We have courses. You got to get into this because marriage is supposed to be love and joy. And if yours isn't, it's like being handed the keys of a Maserati that you don't know how to drive. It's not the Maserati's fault. It's not your fault. You just don't know how. Learn how. Number 3. This is absolutely necessity. You have to have a determination to be happy. Happiness doesn't just come, not in this world. This world is filled with all kinds of things to make us. You got to look where you're walking in case you step on a snake or in case you bump into one who's trying to rip you off. This world is hell. And yet, we're supposed to be happy all the time. We're human beings. That's our state of consciousness that we are intended to have, entitled to have. And you need to be determined to have happiness. And because you have free will, because you can learn the process of creating happiness as a bubble to live within, there's no excuse not to. And you want your marriage to be happy and love. You have free will. It's up to you. You got to learn how to do it. So that's it. Those are the 3 qualities, not the only 3 qualities, but you need those 3 before marriage. And then you bring them into your marriage. And it's not too late. It's not too late. We're human beings. We can turn on a dime and change everything right now. You got to learn. We'll teach you. You got to learn. So the marriage foundation is like the cutting edge. We're like the Galileo for marriage. You know, everyone has thought that marriage is a psychological thing. Marriage is suffering and you got to endure it. And sometimes you have some happiness, but mostly it's about raising. I mean, that's all wrong. It really is. I redefine marriage. Marriage is an individual spiritual path that 2 soulmates take together. Isn't that beautiful? And the goals of marriage are the same as the path of marriage: happiness and love. And the missing ingredient, above all missing ingredients, is knowledge. Somehow we got off track. What a shock in this world to misunderstand things. And now I've put it all together. You know, I used to be a divorce mediator. I believed in divorce. Not anymore. Now I believe in happiness and love within marriage to knock your socks off. So visit our website. See the offerings that we have. They're all either free or very affordable. They're all there to help you. We're here to help you. It's a voluntary organization I created. It's called the Marriage Foundation. And it's nonprofit. I'm a volunteer. Our counselors are volunteer. And if you want to be a counselor, a marriage counselor, if you've had that in your mind, be a TMF marriage counselor. Now we have a course online. I trained marriage counselors back in 2011, but now we're growing so rapidly, we need to do it online. It's just as good, maybe better, because in 2011, I'd only been doing this for about 10 years. Now, so much experience under our belts. So please join us. God bless you. Oh, leave a like for this video. If you want to leave a comment, do so. I love seeing positive comments. God bless you. Take care. Visit again. Thank you.